Hotel Echo Lima Oscar. Good afternoon from Southeast London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly, yes, you guessed it, DLG repping, otherwise short for Dele London Guna, space Romeo Echo Papa Indigo November. And welcome to the first of many live World Cup streams. I'm going to be streaming today's game, obviously, and I plan to do the World Cup final, which is going to be on the 18th of December. That's the 18th of December. I'm going to be streaming the World Cup final. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't do predictions, but I can predict this. And this is not a prediction, in fact. This is a spoiler. No, this is a promise. Yeah, this is a promise. Bun spoiler. The World Cup is going back to South America. Remember those words out of my mouth. Now, we're about 1 hour and 9 minutes away from the coverage that starts on BBC One or ITV in England or in the UK. However you're watching it, wherever you're watching it. If you're watching it in your telly in this country or in the United Kingdom, it's ITV or BBC One. Me, personally, I'm watching it on BBC One. Just make sure you smash the thumbs up like button for DLG repping, yeah? Represent, show me love and appreciation, yeah? Smash those thumbs up like button for me. Make sure that you share this live stream amongst your friends and your relatives, yeah? Virally all over the globe. And if you're watching me for the first time, yeah, on this World Cup live stream, welcome on board. I'll be happy to see the number of viewers for this occasion. But make sure you do share this channel amongst your friends and your relatives, yeah? And get this. Share it, tell them to share it amongst their friends and relatives. On top of that, yeah, while I'm doing some not commentating, while I'm talking through the live stream, yeah, trying to pronounce names that I've never pronounced in my life from the Qatarian point of view, or Qatari's point of view, should I say. Leave a message with an opinion, your thoughts of the game, score prediction. I can't even give you a score prediction on this one. I fancy a score draw, but I can't give you the score prediction. But anyway, if you've got a score prediction, leave it in the chat, yeah? Where positive feedback belongs. And the last thing I've got to say is, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, yeah? Smash the sub button for me, left, right, and center, gloriously, but passionately. And I just cannot wait for the showpiece to begin. My first ever live World Cup stream. Am I excited? Hell yes! I'm excited. Even though it should not have been given to Qatar. But you know what? I've got my opinions, but I'm going to leave that alone. That's up for the discussion for another time, another day. So, I've just finished watching the Women's Super League, and it finished at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea ladies 3, Tottenham Hotspur ladies no point. Just as bad as the men. Nah, only playing. 3-0 to the Chelsea ladies, and that's another 3 points for them, marching up the table, and they will be contenders for the title this season. Especially with this key player here in a body jacket. Goes by the name of, I think her name's Sam Kerr, Australian international. My word, she is a top-class striker in this league, well proven. And the lady at the back there, the big lady, there she is. Millie Bright, European Championship winner, at the helm of the Chelsea defence for me. She is the colossus at that back line. Without her, I can't imagine what their defence would be like. And Ingle in the midfield there, very important key player for them. Other than that, I'm just waiting for the World Cup coverage to begin within 6 minutes. And there you have it. Chelsea ladies are top of the Women's Super League. 3 points clear of Arsenal ladies, who lost yesterday to Manchester United ladies, both level on points. Manchester City ladies are fourth, 3 points ahead of Aston Villa ladies in fifth place. So the top four battling it out for the championship, well, could go down to the wire. And Lauren James has just been made Barclays Player of the Match. Lauren James is the sister of Reece James. I just thought I'd let you in on that one. Otherwise, viewers, don't be scared to watch me. I'm waiting for a number of viewers to come up. Otherwise, I just can't wait to talk you through the live coverage and the opening ceremony of the World Cup. And there's been a lot of controversy. 48 hours before the World Cup, Qatar has announced that they will ban all all alcohol during the World Cup, within and out of the stadium, should I say? And human rights, the human rights thing has been questioned as well. And Infantini, or whatever his name is, one of the FIFA presidents or vice presidents, he's said some very odd things in the press conference from yesterday. I thought, wow, he should keep his mouth shut. He should have kept his mouth shut. That's all he needed to do. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, we'll wait the World Cup finals to begin. Let's have a look at ITV. Oops, wrong number there. No, it's going to be on the BBC One. All right, BBC One. Oops, I said BBC One. There you go. Which starts in the next 4 minutes. Should I watch a little bit of World Cup Extra? Why not? Just for a couple of minutes. 3 minutes to go. I'm counting down the minutes with you guys. On World Cup Extra, Qatar versus Ecuador. I'm going to be watching it on the BBC. I want to hear the analysis and get your views on what's been said by the pundits. And I'm sure there's going to be some household name pundits doing their work for the month. Is this Qatar? No, this is not Qatar. This is not the Qatar opening ceremony. I'm dreaming here. But I'll tell you what, they are going to put on a good show. I mean, the teams that you've got to consider winning it from the South American part. Brazil, great strong squad. Question marks over their fullbacks, but they've got good strength and depth in their squads. If you look at Argentina, now they're a squad and a team in unity, and maybe they have a better squad than Brazil. So this is possibly the best opportunity they have to possibly give Lionel Messi the best World Cup send-off to ever happen to a great player. Whether that will happen in reality, it remains to be seen. Welcome, viewer. I don't know who you are. Maybe I do know who you are, but welcome to my live stream. I'm calling all the Qatarians and the Ecuadorians, if I've pronounced that right, to tune into my live stream. In fact, who's watching my live stream in Qatar? Who's watching my live stream in Ecuador? Anyone watching in New Zealand? Anyone watching in Brazil? Anyone watching in Uganda? Is there anyone watching in St. Vincent, St. Kitts? Is there anyone watching in Yemen? Is there any football fan watching in Australia? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in Belgium? Is there any football fan watching in Belarus? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in Bolivia? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in Tunisia? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in Morocco? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in Cameroon? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in the Democratic Republic of Congo? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in Serbia? Can I ask if there's any football fan watching in South Korea? Or is there any football fan watching in Canada? Is there any football fan watching in North Korea? Is there any football fan watching in Japan? Is there any football fan watching in United States of America? Calling out any football fan watching in Senegal? Calling any football fan watching all over the world, yeah? You're more than welcome to this stream, yeah? I don't discriminate against race, sexism, religious, any form of background, yeah? You're all welcome to this channel, yeah? Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I did say that I would update my ticker tape. Well, I say ticker tape, the thing at the bottom. You know what I mean. My banner. But hey, maybe another time, yeah? The presenter is Gary Lineker on my TV screen. And I've yet to see who his pundits are. Let's have a look. No. Absolutely. Well, beautiful sand in that Qataria's nation. Fresh camels and Sepp Blatter unveiling the envelope that Qatar had won the rights to host the World Cup. Now, for me, I still think it's a controversial decision, a controversial vote that was won. How did they win it? I will not know. But I have predicted that it will be won by a South American team. Whether Brazil, whether Argentina, maybe the dark horse is Uruguay. Who are the other two South American teams? Because I haven't done enough homework as such. But if you can tell me, leave it in the chat, please. Again, anyone watching in Iraq? Anyone watching in South Africa? Anyone watching in Ghana? Anyone watching in Iran? Anyone watching in Bahrain? Anyone watching in Azerbaijan? Is anyone watching in Cuba? Any Cubans? Anyone watching in Panama? Anyone watching in Costa Rica? Like I always say, you're more than welcome to watch my live stream. I don't discriminate against race. I don't discriminate against age. No fascism. No discriminating against religion, etc. You're all welcome to watch my channel, my beautiful channel, my beautiful small channel. How's that for a saying? Oh, Ecuador, yes. How can I ask that question? Ecuador. Who's the fifth South American team? Yes, Group A. Tomorrow, the other two teams in Qatar and Ecuador's group will compete tomorrow. That will be Senegal without Mane versus the Netherlands. And I'll tell you what, this is worth a live stream. And the England game, I won't be able to. Would I be able to get away with doing a live stream of the England game? Yeah. I'd say 85% no, but 10% yeah. I would like to think the 10% will come out of me to do it. What do you think, guys? Do you want a live stream for the England-Iran game? Leave it in the chat.
Starts to feel a bit like a World Cup, and we can sit and enjoy what hopefully is going to be
Let's just listen to Alan Shearer, Ashley Williams, and the lovely lady herself, Alex Scott.
Is that unfair? I would say it's unfair because international managers don't have a lot of time with their players as it is. So to only give them a week to prepare tactics and everything that you want to get across in a World Cup is really unfair. And I think when you look at maybe some of the squads, that's what comes down to selection, having players that already know and can hit the ground running.
Will that affect the quality of the football that we see, do you think, Ashley?
Well, I think we're used to seeing these tournaments at the end of the season, where fatigue's possibly an issue. We won't have that in this one, and the players should be fit, sharp. I'm expecting to see good football, entertaining football, and teams that can...
Let's just hope in the next 4 years, there's no way ever in my lifetime that the World Cup will be played in the month of November and December.
I certainly hope so. Defensively would be my concern. I think in the middle of the park, midfield and up front, we're as good as most. But yeah, once you go into the latter stage, and I hope England can do that, then I think we might suffer defensively.
Yeah. I think defensively, like how you even highlighted, and everyone has been speaking about England's defence. Maybe when we look at mainly the opening game, will Gareth Southgate be more pragmatic because you don't want to go all out attack and leave our defence exposed, or maybe bring on attackers later on in the game?
You just never know, though, do you? Because if England win that first game, snowball effect, confidence is really high, and who knows?
Yeah, people talk about form going into a tournament, but international form is slightly different, isn't it? Because you don't play for months before a competition.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, I know about form because of going into U96. I haven't scored for England for 2 years, albeit I was still scoring for Blackburn. So you sometimes have to ignore form.
Yeah. You captain Wales, of course, in their first major tournament in the Euros since 1958. This is the first time Wales have come to a World Cup since that same year, 1958. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's absolutely massive for the nation. I think everyone's so proud. Every time Rob Page speaks to the media, you can see the pride just oozing out of him about what his players have achieved. The Red Bull will be here. The ones that aren't will be at home, and they'll be supporting it. It's been such a long wait, and they're definitely going to enjoy this.
Okay, briefly, it's the start of the tournament. Who's going to win it?
I'm going Brazil, but I would love to see Messi lift that trophy.
I said to Ashley earlier that I was going Brazil. Their players, just that mix of youth and experience. I think it's Brazil.
Argentina for me. I just think what a way that to go out for Lionel Messi that would be, and it would put to bed that debate, wouldn't it? Him or Maradona? It'd have to be him then.
I think there are always debates, and they'll always go on. It's 20 years since.
Well, who's your choice to win the World Cup? If you got a tip, leave it in the chat. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and do subscribe. In fact, do all of that for me, yeah? Alex Scott has said preparation for international management with their players is quite unfair due to the fact that they don't really get to the right to spend time with their players, and tactically for some of the players that are experience, they've got the know-how for me, and I say that they can hit the ground running. For the younger players, it's a lot more difficult. But if you want to, again, if you want to predict your winner of the World Cup and tell me why, if you want to tell me that, then leave it in the chat, yeah? But my tip would be a South American team winning it and bringing it back home to the continent. Again, I could be wrong. Can the European team actually do the unthinkable and win the World Cup in the Middle East? Nobody would have thought Germany in 2014 will bring the World Cup from South America to Europe. So, it can be done, but I believe it's long overdue that a South American team will win it. That is my personal opinion. But what do you guys think? Leave it in the chat. Now, human rights has been questioned, and women's I think something about women's human rights has been hugely questioned. The way Qatar got the World Cup 12 years ago, that's still being questioned. I mean, you've probably got more knowledge than I have. If you want, leave it in the chat, yeah? But I'm going to listen to the BBC News a little bit, yeah? So just bear with me.
What the World Cup did was it accelerated that initiative. It was a catalyst for that change. There have been reforms. Human Rights Watch calls them significant, but it also highlights ongoing wage abuse and exorbitant recruitment fees. There are also widely shared claims that thousands of workers died building this World Cup. That's not supported by available evidence, though establishing the number of deaths is hard. Qatar says there have been 3 work-related deaths on World Cup sites. The UN's International Labour Organization says that is an underestimate. It also says there were 50 work-related deaths in 2020 in Qatar as a whole, and that most of them were migrant construction workers. But the ILO acknowledges the limits to this data. It's called on Qatar to improve how it records deaths, in particular related to heat stroke. There's also the environmental impact of this World Cup.
The Qatar World Cup has set a real example in sustainability and what can be achieved. I've never seen anything like this before.
Certainly we've never seen a World Cup with a carbon footprint like this before. Those stadiums, hotels, a new metro system, 1 million people flying in, it all comes at a cost. This is FIFA's emissions estimate for the last World Cup in Russia. Its estimate for Qatar is higher, but one UK university says it's likely to be much higher than that. Despite this, Qatar is making this claim.
Examples of the work we are doing include organising a fully carbon-neutral World Cup.
That's based on offsetting emissions, and this leading climate scientist isn't convinced.
All the build-up,
somehow
looking at the graphics, looking at the graphics of the stadium, should I say, all the politics and the deaths that have happened during the building of the stadiums, and certain people living in well, I say certain people, a number of people, or a small number of people living in accommodation by the culture, by some cases false, some cases in desperate need. And homosexuality questioned as well by the media. But Qatar have a very strict culture and a religion as well, and it has to be respected. You may like it, you may not, but the reality is you have to accept it and try to adapt and evolve.
This is how much was spent on each World Cup since 1990. This is what Qatar spent. And after that kind of
wow, looking at the spendings from a BBC source research, potentially £10 billion could be spent on this year's World Cup alone. A hell of a lot of money.
This conversation starts with FIFA's decision to award the World Cup to Qatar back in 2010. We were in the room at the time. It felt wrong at the time. Does it still feel that way?
Well, every country has its own issues, Gary, including our own country. I'm not saying we're perfect, that's where far from it. But you're right, we were there in 2010 and we were as surprised as anyone was. First of all, it was announced it was a Summer World Cup, air-conditioned stadiums, air-conditioned fan fests for fans, etc. And then all of a sudden, six years later, it's then turned into a Winter World Cup. 3 months ago, it's then announced the first game of the tournament and is moved from the Sunday until today. And 11 of those 22 members that had that vote for FIFA have either been sanctioned, fined, or banned for life from football. Mohammed bin Haman from Qatar, who was the chairman of the Asian Football Federation, was banned for life also. Even Sepp Blatter has recently said it was a mistake. So that's where we are with this rule.
It's a different FIFA now, obviously,
So,
as Alan mentioned, but a lot of them are not involved.
12 years ago, Alan Shearer says that they were there when Qatar got the World Cup. And Mohammed bin Haman was banned for life for his part in corruption or some form of corruption.
To improving working conditions, labour laws. The only positive is this international attention can lead and has led to some sort of reform. I think it only becomes sports washing when we don't talk about it.
Well, Qatar, of course, disputes many of the figures that have been highlighted, and FIFA President Gianni Infantino launched an extraordinary defence of the host nation yesterday.
You must listen to this.
Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker. I know what it means to be discriminated, bullied as a foreigner in a foreign country. As a child at school, I was bullied because I had things.
So this FIFA president guy, Gianni Infantino, says, today I feel gay. Today I feel... He says, today I feel gay. Yeah? In that statement. Today I feel this and I feel that. And I know what it's like to be a child. And I was bullied at school because I had red hair. Seriously? Oh, yes, that's it. A migrant worker. Absolute idiot. What a saying by Nelson Mandela there. Forgotten about that. We can use sport to change the world. You know what? It's a great saying, but the world that we live in is cursed by some human beings. I should know. I see it every day. I see them every day. Unfortunately, I know of some every day. It is what it is. Let's listen to some more of this.
Do I love the impact that it's had on Newcastle? Absolutely. Newcastle is buzzing and playing some great football. And also, do I think the Saudis and other countries should be held to account over human rights? Absolutely, yes.
Same-sex relationships are illegal there. Qatar World Cup ambassador said last week he described homosexuality as damage in the mind. A number of the Lionesses have expressed their concern about that. Do you share it?
I totally understand their reasons, as well as a whole heap of fans from around the world from the LGBTQ plus community not wanting to travel here. And once again, we reference Gianno Infantino from what he said. You are not gay. You will never understand traveling to a country where you are fearing for your life just because of your preference of who you choose to love. There's so much around this as well. To keep saying, Gary, football is for everyone. That's what you keep feeding us with. We sit here and it's not, because people have not been able to travel to watch their teams, to support their team. So you can't say football is for everyone out of fear. And actually, when we sit and have conversations about, I've had conversations about, I should be staying at home, I should be boycotting, and I thought long and hard about it. I think that, for me personally, it would have been the easy option to do just that. Because I love my job, and when I think about it, sitting here and having the harder conversations, and it's bigger, isn't it? We're talking about the migrant workers, we're talking about the LGBTQ plus community, we're talking about women's rights. You think about 4 years ago, I was thinking about it this morning, I was the first female pundit for BBC at a World Cup. You think how far we've moved in 4 years. Let's hope in the next 4 years at the World Cup, we are never having to have these conversations again.
Absolutely.
Share those thoughts. FIFA set up.
Now, Alex Scott has said some key things here, very sensible things to me. She said that it would have been easier to stay at home and not be in Qatar. But she's in Qatar doing her job as a pundit because she loves her job. And she has also said, in the next 4 years, let's hope that these conversations never, ever happen again. For me, I completely agree with every word that has spoken from her mouth. And she also says that Qatar, well, someone has been feeding these feeble lies about sport brings us all together and that everybody loves football. Well, whoever's saying that, it's feeding us a load of BS. I've done well not to swear there. Complete BS. And for me, it won't bring everyone together. People will still carry on with their negative personas. Ignorant, pompousness, that continues. Arrogance will continue. You name it, all of it will continue. Right. Let's have a listen. Very interesting things been said. And yes, we will get to the game.
So I think they would have done all the investments in things like hotels and the metro and that kind of stuff anyway, probably. But what the World Cup gives them is, of course, this extraordinary global attention, and that's what they want, because for a country that is very small, they want to have an influence in the world that is more reflective of, if you like, their bank balance than the size of the population.
How significant is it for this tournament to be taking place in the Middle East?
Well, it's massive. There is an enormous following for football in the Middle East, in countries like in Egypt, in Tunisia, in Morocco, when they have local derbies. It's every bit as passionate and as fervent as anything in Europe or in South America. And football in the Middle East is got a lot of political and cultural resonance as well. After the 2011 Arab uprisings against dictators in the Middle East, organized groups of ultras, of football fans, took to the streets and fought the police and very much saw themselves as the shock troops of the revolution. I saw them in Egypt fighting for days and days, braving tear gas and live bullets. And as well as that, there's nationalism involved. There was a national team in Algeria while they were still fighting for independence from France. And I think there's one more thing. In countries which are very, sometimes very divided against themselves, it's a bit of a breathing space going to a football match, particularly when the national team plays, because then it's something that people who disagree about a lot can get behind.
People always talk, don't they, about the legacy element of big sporting events. What do you think will be the lasting impact of this World Cup, Jeremy?
Well, we've got to be careful about legacy in the World Cup. If you look at Russia, that was 4 years after they first invaded Ukraine. And 4 years later, look where we are with Russia and Ukraine once again. So I think that, if you look at their website, they talk about making the stadiums into community hubs. They talk about continued outreach. And there have been some reforms, limited and not enough in labor laws and that kind of thing. But I suppose you could say that the impact of the Qataris on football, in a sense, has already been happening because.
Wow. You just think about it here, yeah? Paris Saint-Germain are owned by a Qatarian owner. I mean, the Paris Saint-Germain fans are loving life at the top of the summit in Ligue 1 due to the fact that the team are performing brilliantly week in, week out, consistently playing magnificent, splendid football week in, week out. And seeing the squad being strengthened in every January to summer transfer window, week in, week out. If you look at the situation in Qatar, I feel there's attention all over the world, which the Qataris have wanted all along. So every Qatarian, from the local to the outsider who lives out of their country, Qatar, they've been craving for this moment for such a very long time, and they're going to get it. However, there has been some political issues, and it should not be mixed with football. Let's just hope for our disagreements to agreements, we can put that to aside and enjoy the spectacle, which is the special occasion, the Football World Cup, the biggest sporting event on earth.
They seem quite happy with it. They said it's what they expected. They've got air conditioning that works, and they're quite happy. We've spoken to others in apartments and villas. They also seem happy with what they've got. We have also heard from a few that are in other locations that are less happy, and heard some places are unfinished.
We know the issues leading up to this World Cup here in Qatar. Now that you are here, Ashley, how does it feel to be here?
I think the main thing is we all realise that the World Cup should be in Qatar in the first place. World Cup should be really properly inclusive, and there should be more than just a slogan, which is what we've heard here. And unfortunately, some people from some communities don't feel welcome here, and that's a real shame. For us at the FSA, we know that England fans are travelling. We have a job to do, and that's to make sure that England fans have a safe, good a time as possible while they're here.
We know as well this is one of the most expensive World Cups for a fan to come out to. What can other World Cups learn from this one?
Well, I think they've got to control pricing of it for sure. This is really expensive here, not just to get here, not just to stay here, but also if you want a pint of beer, that's really expensive. Also, I think it's too much to have all the countries, all the games in effectively one city. And that creates a great atmosphere here with all the different nations, but it's really congested on the transport. It's going to get really busy as the days tick by.
Ashley, thank you very much for your time and enjoy the rest of the tournament.
All 8 stadiums are within 25 miles of central Doha, meaning it's possible to take in 2 games a day. The Al Bayt Stadium in the north is where we are today. Wales kick off tomorrow against USA at the Ahmad bin Ali Stadium. But before that, England face Iran at the Khalifa Stadium. Jenny Summers has been following Gareth Southgate.
Now, I've just seen Qatar on the world map. Small country, small nation, should I say, and 8 stadiums that are going to host World Cup games. Ridiculous. All that wealth, and they've only built 8 stadiums. Seriously? It's bizarre. You need up to, 64 teams. You need up to 20 odd stadiums. Well, let's say 20 stadiums. Maybe 16 to 20 stadiums. Guys, what do you think? Is 8 stadiums far less to stage a World Cup? If you've got an answer, leave it in the chat. Seriously, I think it's too small. I think there's not enough stadiums. So possibly you're looking at two games a day in the group stages. But that's my reflection on the outlook of things. I don't know about you, but I am fed up of hearing the politics. I'm listening to it now as I've turned down the volume a bit. But I'm fed up of hearing about the politics. It's all about the football for me. Oh, I've got to do a stream for that. Wales v England. Oh, yeah. I'm up for that. Tuesday the 29th of November. Bring it on, baby. Look at this. Now I'm watching the Welsh national team and the players prepare for the moment of their lives, should I say. Oh, I can imagine. I can only imagine in my dreams how hot and humid it must be in Qatar. Gareth Bell has just said it's one of those things that they're looking forward to, and it's one of those experiences that every footballer. So he said one of those things that every footballer wants to experience since childhood. I make him completely right. If Harry Maguire starts for England, it's not one game. It's when we get to the last 16, the knockout stages, the quarterfinals. The teams will get better and a lot better. Gareth Southgate has to think carefully. Has he picked the right defenders? Is he going to pick the right back three? If he's a back three, I don't want to say it, but he will be part of that back three. He'll be part of the team. I hate to think it, but I don't think they will come out the group. But then again, with Qatar, we don't know them. Adlan Gradera, ex Nottingham Forest midfielder. And Qatar, just to let you guys know, they are the Asian champions. Oh, Adlin Godiera, ex Nottingham Forest and Watford midfield player. I remember him. Yes, he scored a brilliant strike against Arsenal in the 2017 FA Cup quarter-final at the Emirates. And that was the winning goal. That goal, I remember that day, it killed me. It killed Arsenal. Because that knocked us out of the FA Cup and we were going for 3 FA Cup wins on the row. Yeah. And credit to the midfielder that day, credit to Watford. He done his job. Look at this. Look at this support. Yeah. Wow. We're just 17 minutes away from this moment, this prestige tournament on earth. And I'm sitting down waiting patiently while listening to the pundits. I mean, guys at home in London or in the whole of England or the whole of the UK, if you're watching my live stream, what's your view of what you've seen in terms of the build-up? Give us your direct view. I'd love to hear it. Almoris Ali, 26 years of age and striker. 9 goals as Qatar won Asian Cup in 2019, breaking tournament record set by Iran's Ali Daei in 1996. Wow. This is a talent on the world stage here. Let's just see what he's made of today, because he's going to be up against a very good Ecuadorian side who have pace and strength. Moses Caicedo, I know very well, watched him play at the Emirates, and I have to say it was a pleasure to watch him play for Brighton in the midfield battle at the Emirates. And he and his teammates in the midfield battle, they won. They defeated Arsenal all over the pitch, and he was part of that. Yeah, 2006 World Cup, Ecuador Ecuador versus England, and well, what a moment for Ecuador to make it to the last 16 against England. Beckham getting the winning goal. Finish 1-0 to England. And Peru, I believe, no. Pervez Estupiñán, who plays for Brighton. Oh, another Brighton player. Three Ecuadorians at Brighton. I never knew that. Don't forget, guys, while you're watching this live stream, I'm just observing the coverage and the punditry on BBC One. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all of that for me. Remember, this is the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, beginning of the new year. Please show me the love and support, yeah? And if you do subscribe, remember, I will shout you out, yeah? If you want to tell me that you've subscribed just now, leave it in the chat and I'll shout you out for doing so. Thank you. All love round, yeah? All over. Love for the love, people. And I can tell you in London, England, it's getting dark. Yeah, it's the beginning of darkness. But you know what? I'm still enjoying myself. This is a moment where I watch the World Cup and I can take non-football related stuff off my mind. And that's for the best. But yeah, all is well. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's been 1 hour now since I've done this stream. I start from early and I don't muck about, especially for this occasion. Dear William Alford, my dear friend, please no phone call in the middle of the stream. If that is you viewing me. Big up yourself, Dean. Dean, William Alford. Did I say Dean? Nah. I know a couple of Deans, or more than a couple of Deans. Anyway, big up yourself, William Alford. No phone calls, please. I'm on this. And there's the Ecuadorian fans. They've come in numbers. I'll tell you that now. They have come in numbers. And I'm intrigued to see the players in their starting 11 and on the subs bench. And the same with the Qataris, the players in the starting 11 and on the subs bench. I'm intrigued to see both sets of teams. All right, they're not household names, we get that. But you know what? They've got a lot of spirit, both teams. And if I'm being honest with myself, I feel that Ecuador are favourites to win this fixture. But upsets do happen in the World Cup. Who would have thought the very first game of the 2006 World Cup, Senegal versus France, and Senegal would end up beating the world champions then 1-0 by the name of the Wardrobe, who is no longer with us. God rest his soul. Papa Bouba Diop. Yeah, that's him. Oh yes, Casado. They're doing what's called a match or they're highlighting the two Ecuadorians, and they're two very good players. Match watch, should I say, or player watch? Yeah, let's call it player watch. Pervis Estupiñana. Excuse the pronunciation. Here it is. Estupinan. Sorry. If I pronounce that right, viewer, if you listen to my pronunciation, do I sound right? Leave it in the chat, yeah. Oh, and Valencia. My word. I did not even think he was present. And there's that egghead, that controversial FIFA president, goes by the name of Gianni Infantino.
Bienvenidos a Qatar, bienvenidos al Mundial, bienvenidos a su casa. Dear friends, welcome. Welcome to the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Welcome to celebrate football because football unites the world. And now, let's welcome the teams and let the show begin. All the best to everyone. Mabruk, El Mabruk.
I can tell you what Egghead has said. Welcome to the football FIFA World Cup, where football unites the world. I wish he stops feeding us with that rubbish. Honestly. For those football fans, they'll be watching this. In fact, I think billions of football fans billions of viewers will be watching this. Non-football fans and football fans combined. Wow. We're about 6 minutes away from kickoff. Well, there's 32 countries. 31 of them have qualified for a reason. They can't be there for no reason. You've qualified because you've done things right. I wish you guys and the Spectacum all the very best. And that includes the two teams that have just come out. Ecuador and Qatar. National anthems, please. Volume up. I'm not impressed with the opening ceremony. Not impressed one bit. Maybe the closing ceremony would be better. Anyway, Qatar. National anthem.
Definitely noise. Important seats taken everywhere for this opening game. We've got Chester's proud to be taking part in this as well as they begin just their fourth World Cup in their entire history. Remember that the host nation has never lost an opening game. This is the team that will try and maintain that record. They all play in Qatar. 10 of these squad were born.
Right, if you can hear me, yeah?
Al-Sheikh is 32 in captaincy.
There's one or two facts. Qatar have got to make sure that they don't become the first host nation in a World Cup to lose a game. Because it's been said a number of times that a host nation has never lost the first game. And make sure that they're not the next or the second host to go out of the first round group stages. I'll tell you what, this is a big challenge here. But again, Qatar are just happy to put on the show. But at the same time, I'm sure their players want to define the odds and create a memory for the nation.
The captain and record appearance maker, Qatar, a very proud moment to lead this nation, receiving the secrets.
Enner Valencia. Yes, that's it.
The eldest Ecuadorian to play at the World Cup finals. In their back four, of course, was the opinion of Brighton, but also the captain who plays in Bundesliga. Is a huge
Estrada and Valencia. They're playing the old tradition 4-4-2. This is going to be interesting. And on their subs bench, I don't recognise any names that comes to mind. Okay, the man called Felix Sanchez, who has coached Barcelona's youth team. So he's got something about him to work with the Barcelona youth team.
17th managerial role, his first international job, his first experience.
And Al-Moiz Ali, 41 goals in 92 matches for Qatar. Let's see what this talent has to offer on this world stage, the biggest stage of all. We've got to see this. And we know Moises Caicedo plays in the best league and performs in the best league week in, week out. I do rate him. And I mean, I do really rate him. So Qatar will kick us off for the first half. And I'll tell you what, the first 20 minutes is going to be interesting. Here we go. The referee's kicked it off already. And Qatar on the attack already. Long ball, but well, half cleared. Let's see what Ecuador are about here. Ooh, giving away from the back there. And giving away in the midfield. And that's the first foul of the World Cup finals. Free kick, Qatar. Estupaninan. Oh, his name is hard to pronounce, but yeah, he's given the foul away, the Brighton left back. Oh, the beautiful colour of yellow and burgundy. This is a good little. Oh, good interception there. Feel that Qatar are starting off a little bit brightly here in the opening minute or so. Oh, what a challenge! But the referee waves play on, or just accepted it as a good challenge. Oh, yeah, got to be a foul. Oh, ouch! That was a brutal challenge there. But again, it's too early to even have a word with the player, let alone a yellow card. But this, and I'll tell you what, after 30 odd minutes, that would be a yellow card. Tell you what, looking at that challenge back, Vinnie Jones would have been proud of that. I know Dean Dublin's commentating. The guy Mowbray. Right, the first bit of set piece here. Let's see what this this Qatari's defense is made of.
So here's the first free kick. I should point out that South America Ecuador scored the most goals in action from set plays. This one floated in by Estepinian.
Keeper's calm and he's not got anywhere near it. He's in sixes and sevens. And 1-0 Ecuador. Enner Valencia. 2 yards out. Free header. I have to say, the defending by Qatar, abysmal. If I'm being truthful. Complete abysmal. The keeper's come out in no man's land. He's had 2 bites of the cherry. Failed to get anything on it. And Enner Valencia gets his head on it. Easy. Well, it wasn't easy, but, well, for Enner Valencia, it was easy. There you go, in the box. Keep. Oh, what an assist. What? I'll be honest, the Ecuador player, number 2, he's going for goal, but Enner Valencia, he's heading it into an empty net. Captain's goal by the striker himself, Enner Valencia. 1-0 to Ecuador. That's Qatar 0, Ecuador 1. The former West Ham United and Everton striker on the score sheet. West Ham, Everton fans, would you like to give me your views on Enner Valencia at his time at your club, in your team? Oh, hello. VAR check? Oh, get out of here. Whoa, show me the replay. I boot my backside. No chance, it's a goal. No way! The referee has given, well, the officials, should I say, VAR in the control room has said it's offside. Offside, my what? No, 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 no. Hands on head here. Moment. I want to see what happened here. Neither can I. David Blunkett, Stevie Wonder can't see where the offsides come from. So how can anyone see where the offsides come from? Something stinks of dodginess, if not corruption, if not fixed. That is a joke. It should be 1-0 Valencia. It should be 1-0 Ecuador. That is an absolute joke. If I'm an Ecuador supporter, I will be going doolally. Should be 1-0 Ecuador. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. How's that not a goal? So it's 0-0. That is just, nah. I feel sorry for Ecuador. That is a goal. Talk about daylight robbery. That is another warning. The commentators are right. They do not give away any free kick, especially stupid free kicks, in their own half against Ecuador, because they will be punished. Got away with murder. The keeper got away with murder. Oh. That is shocking. Viewer, do you agree? Ecuador should be 1-0 up. I believe they should be 1-0 up. Viewer or viewers, do you agree? Leave it in the chat. It's shocking. It's the opinion. That's Enner Valencia with a knockdown with his head. No one in the midfield willing to attack it. That is just shocking decision. That will be probably the biggest talking point at half time with the pundits in the studio. Shocking. So for Ecuador have the ball, they're knocking it around in possession. And one thing with Ecuador, in South American qualifying, they've scored the most goals from set pieces. And I'll tell you what, the Qatari goalkeeper, he's looking dodgy in terms of long balls, dealing with set pieces, etc. Yeah, there you go. Exactly what I said. They dare not concede set pieces, and that is another set piece they don't want to concede. I mean, Bassam, you've got to get goal side of him. You should know the meaning of goal side. If you know that he's strong on his right, you've got to show him down the line. Don't let him go inside and cause havoc. Here we go. Another opportunity for Ecuador. If this turns into a goal, this has got to be a legitimate one. Keeper's taken control here. The marking, is he? And just about dealt with by the Qataris. But still in their own half. The quality of the cross was poor. Oh, good challenge there by the defender. Throw into Ecuador. Deep into Qatar's half. And that will be a corner. First corner of the World Cup finals. Oh, I wonder what this delivery is going to be like. Oh dear. A lot of shoving going on there, maybe. Oh. Was shoving. Oh dear. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from the right-hand side. Yeah. In the end. Look, bit of shoving there by Bassam on Caicedo. It's more Bassam than Caicedo. But then again, watch out for Caicedo. You might have a pushback. And well out by the defender there, whoever that was. It was a central defender. I was right the first time. So Ecuador right now are pushing Qatar at the moment. They're in more possession. They're knocking the ball around as sensibly as possible. Who's that to? Oh, that's poor. That is poor. Should have gone to his fellow centre half. Why is he looking for the left back for? Silly. By foot. Oh, okay. Oh, by foot. Oh, by leg. The knee. Oh, we learn something new every day. So by the knee was the reason why Ecuador had their goal cancelled. By the knee. Wow. I mean, both these teams, I'm not being funny, but they won't get as far as I think. Not in this tournament. I think that's a foul by Ena Valencia on the defender there. Good interception there, for Caicedo, I believe. And a nice pass there. Oh, they're in again. Oh, is it a penalty? Yeah, penalty. Penalty. It looks an obvious penalty and a yellow card to the keeper, I believe. He has been extremely shaky. His decision making poor. Dealing with set pieces has been poor. And look, Valencia's skipped past him. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, Stonewall penalty by the keeper in Valencia. This will be interesting. Who takes this penalty? I mean, the defence from Qatar's part just far too open. They just made it far too easy for Ecuador to cut through. And as Enner Valencia raced onto that ball, he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He pushes the ball past the goalkeeper, and before you know it, yeah, he commits a Stonewall foul in the area, penalty. So ex-Everton and West Ham striker taking the penalty. There's Ecuador's skipper, number 30, Enner Valencia. 1-0. Yeah, definitely 1-0. And absolutely well deserved. Congratulations. Oh, brilliant penalty. Yeah, he had the confidence to step up and take that penalty. Dion Dublin mocking it there. There you go. 1-0 Ecuador to find a way of coming out. He's offside there. Oh, thought it was a goal kick there. That's Qatar were on the attack on Ecuador's left hand side. Poor Saeed Al Shab was booked for committing what's deemed as a latent foul on the Enner Valencia there. Oh, Stonewall penalty. With Ecuador, every time they seem to get possession, they seem to be in a rush to pump it forward long. Maybe someone in the midfield needs to get hold of that ball and try and, dictate the game. Someone in the midfield get the ball to the defender and try and play it into the attacking areas, to the attacking players. Oh, it's going to keep going long. So the game goes on. There's still time. There's still a lot of time. Oh, absolutely. There's no opportunity here. Oh. Massive clash there. Oh, keeper seems just about all right, but I think he might have just been offside anyway, the left back. Oh. Oh, I'll tell you what, he did get there, the attacking player, but an accidental clash with the goalkeeper. And I think the referee may reward Qatar with the free kick.
Estrada, who's top scorer in qualifying, who is now back on his feet.
Oh, a lot of World Cup games to get through, hey? A lot of World Cup games. Oh, bit sloppy there, bit sloppy there. Oh, good covering there, to be fair. Wow, one for the cameras, I think.
First 20 minutes. Yes, just 20 minutes. What's happened? Been good. Been good.
Still think the ball's in play. The other one. You got a throw in the halfway line and you got a ball. Well, now it's been off play. Oh dear, that's horrible. That is shocking. That's shocking. And another set piece. And another cynical foul committed and a yellow card for a Qatar player. Oh, that had to be a yellow card. Well, I'm hoping Qatar does well to keep 11 players on the pitch. We don't want a red card in the opening game of the World Cup. That's the very last thing we want. Almores, the number 9, he's just been given a yellow card, even though he's wearing the number 19. So another set piece for Qatar to defend. And believe me, I don't think they want to be 2-0 down, because it will be a mountain to climb. Here it comes. Well out by the defender there. Ooh. It should be dealt with, but no, it's not. There you go. Should be dealt with. It goes long again, but no pressure. No pressure whatsoever. There's no one in there. And Ecuador will have the ball in the defensive area and push halfway up the pitch. With Qatar, you can see there's no intensity when they haven't got the ball. Well, you've got one player showing some intensity, but then again, I think Ecuador will just about get out of it. Oh, bad control there, but it's been given back to them. One thing I find about Qatar, they seem to give the ball away far too quickly. Nah. Not quite, mate. I'll tell you what, if Qatar can get this equaliser, I'll tell you what, it'll be an interesting game. As it stands, it's 1-0 to Qatar. That'll be a throw into Qatar, I believe. Pedro.
The pressure and the nerves of the honour of these nations.
Free kick to Qatar. I suppose Qatar have controlled the game for the vast majority of the 24th minute gone by. You got a centre half running out of the defence and then losing it. Oh, attempted clearance charged. Oh, good little football there in the midfield by Qatar there. Can you get it? Yeah, that's it. Good ball there. You would think with the Qatarians, you got part-time players, but I could be wrong. Or they could play for their local club side, and that's understandable. And here we go. Oh, well covered there by the defender. Another foul. Number 14 for Qatar. Goes by the name of can't even see it there. Yeah, free kick, easy. Should be cleared. It should be dealt with. Don't know about playing football in your own half here. With all due respect, you're not as good as the other top class sides. So just play to your strengths. That's what I say. Was there a chance of a counter? No. But then Ecuador on the counter attack. Just showed too much of it to the defender there, the winger of Ecuador. There is some players. There's a couple of Qatari players geeing one another up, and that's fine in itself. But they've got to look up. They've got to be more efficient with the ball in the midfield area. And again, another long, aimless ball, which will be dealt with. Well, should be dealt with properly. Not a good header. But there's nothing that those shirts to cover for him. And his mistake. I think the better football's being played by Ecuador here, the truth be told. Ecuador with a throw there. And their fans, well, they're not expecting anything special. They're just proud to see their nation on the world stage, and that's fine on its own. But it'd be nice to create a memory or two, and knowing that they haven't got any pressure to deliver at the World Cup. There we go. Estupinan. That's it. The guy who plays for Brighton, their left back. Good in there by the defender. Could be. Oh dear. Oh dear. Needs practice on that right foot then, innit? It was a woeful effort. That's one for the fans, that one is. That shot was. Just seen the Qatar fans here bouncing all around. Good tackle. Well, poor tackle, should I say. And not a nice challenge. Moses Caicedo being booked. I thought that was an honest challenge, not a yellow card for me. It was an honest attempt to win the ball, not a yellow card. But what do we know? The rules keep changing every time. Big up the viewers who are watching. Coming up to the first half hour. What do you make of the game itself? What do you make of Qatar and Ecuador? Your views are more than welcome. Your opinions, your thoughts of the game are more than welcome. Just leave it in the chat, yeah, where positive feedback belongs. Also, like, share, and do subscribe to the channel. In fact, do all of that for me, yeah? Show the love and support for me. I did say a South American team would win the World Cup, but I don't see enough in Ecuador to be that team. Although I would expect them to do the job on Qatar, if the truth be told. But again, any thoughts, opinions, etc., leave it in the chat, yeah? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, just found out that Ecuador are coached by an Argentinian, and Ecuador on the attack here. And Moses Caicedo just cannot find that pass. We all cut it back. Here comes the cross. Oh, what a header! What a header! Glancing header at the back stick there. 2-0 Ecuador. What an header by Enner Valencia, the former West Ham, Everton, and maybe Wigan Athletic striker. Cross comes in. Enner Valencia gets up above any other against any Qatari defender. Glances it at the back stick there. 2-0. Well done to the person who whips the cross in, because he's whipped it in first time with a lot of speed. The cross, the goal, brilliant. Onside last year, definitely onside. Bang! There you go. Keeper, no chance. Well, I'll tell you what. He's got about what? 2-3 yards ahead of the defender. No one quite near him. And well, good header. And he's off to a flying start here in the Valencia. In the race at the moment for the Golden Boot. He's got 2 goals here. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, commentator. What a header. Now, this is a mountain to climb for the host nation here. Will Pedro be able to get to that? I believe he will. What are Qatar going to do from here? Hassan with a long-range effort, and blimey. Oh, dear. I'll probably have seen some of that in Sunday League football, to be fair. Oh. Look at that header. Oh, well blunted. Into the back of the net. Tell you what, Enner Valencia right now, he's on a hat-trick. Ooh. A clash there. Maybe an accidental clash for me. It looks like it was an accidental clash. But I'll have another look if they show the replay. Here we go. Estrada going up. Ah, that's an accident. The player's not even looking at Pedro's not looking at Estrada there. Oh, that's an accident. Yes, it's a sore one, but no menace in that. Free kick Valencia. Free kick Ecuador. Gotta laugh at my own mistakes. There we go. This set piece. Surely Qatar can't concede from this. Well, they win the first one. Qatar make sure they win the second. Oh, it will be dealt with. And it has been dealt with by the right back there. Keeper with a long one up there. The right back has got the ball in space.
reminding England to get their campaign tomorrow. It's a noon start on BBC One.
Yeah, we know.
To take on Iran. The USA.
Oh, that's interesting. Lost it there, it's the opinion, but he still got it. Ecuador are in complete control at the moment. 2-0 up, knocking the ball around with ease. And yeah, they don't feel like they're under pressure one bit. Look how easy it is for them to pass the ball. You can see they're in space. Every Ecuadorian player that gets the ball, they seem to be in space. And look, Moses can say they're doing what he's... Oh! It looks bad. Is that a yellow card? Karim being booked. How many Qatari players have been booked? Alright, it was a late one. Oh, that's a bit naughty there. Well, I say it's a bit. That is naughty. Oh, right on the calf as well. And Valencia, who's on a hat-trick. He's hoping he doesn't have to get taken off. Karim Bouadiaf. Now, it's important for the Qataris not to get frustrated. And you can see some of their fans are really disappointed in the opening 36 minutes. That's for the Ecuadorians. Obviously, they're delighted with their team's performance. Their fans are bouncing around without a care in the world. That's to be expected. Maybe they could get another 3 points. Well, I say get another 3 points. This game ain't done yet. Anything in football, anything in the beautiful game of football can happen. If Qatar can get the next goal in this game, it will make for an interesting game. If Ecuador get it, I think it's as good as game set and done. Well, there you go. Stoppage time will be a little bit healthy because of the foul. And yet again, they've got another set piece to deal with. I wonder what their manager or their coach is going to say at half time to them. What words of encouragement can you give them? Outfought as well, Dion Dublin. Outfought as well as outplayed. Outclassed as well. And that's an easy one for the keeper there. No pressure. Do I sense a Mexican wave going on in that stadium? There we go. The cross comes in. Oh, he's been stopped to show too much of it to the defender there. It's gone in too easily there. Oh, this is a bit too easy. Oh, good tackle there. Well done by the defender. And a foul. And then Valencia was just a bit too eager to get to the ball. But the defender had that covered and under wraps. Ooh. Can you find a cross there? No, he can't. Goal kick. Well, you know what? You have to big up the Qatar fans. They're still getting behind their team, despite the scoreline going against them. Some of them ultras, and some of them just genuine football fans who come to watch their nation. Where's a chance? Oh, where's a chance? On the counter attack here. Ah, poor. Just unable to compose himself here, and he's got the ball again, and that's a good pass. But poor first touch, and poor pass. What a header! That's gone all the way back. Why has it gone back?
15 goals so far, the top scorer into these finals. How different it is, time of year, having players in for with momentum. Yeah, absolutely. He's that way. Players that are in the purple patch again on the pitch. Started. As you've seen.
Done well there on the wing. Oh no, the right back switched on. Oh, Valencia down again. Ooh. Ooh. He might have to come off. He might have to come off in the Valencia. So no hat-trick opportunity for their performing striker. It's a shame. It is a shame.
Like I said, those fans, those Qatar colours seem to enjoy themselves. This is a concerning sight for the captain of Ecuador now, seeing the stretcher. Come on.
Yeah, he's
The telltale sign is when a player doesn't move.
not moving a lot in the Valencia. He is definitely struggling. But, oh hello, he might not need a stretcher after all.
Having done this myself many times, it's very tentative to put back on it because you expect it to go.
Oh, he's trying to put the weight back on it, but he is struggling. He is absolutely struggling.
You need to jog it off slightly, see how it feels. Like every building at the moment, the goal scored in this first half is able to continue temporarily down to 10.
There you go. Oh, he is back on. I'm sure the coach will want him on until the end, especially if he's on his hat trick. Oh, trying to play some fancy stuff.
It's not just it's a little bit As soon as possible, they want to keep him on the pitch, but they want to keep him on the pitch if he's okay. That's very important.
We've gone long.
Torres, plenty of jumping.
5 minutes of stoppage time. Okay. Or free kick, Qatar. Yeah, he could have had a hat trick, you know, on another day. He could have had a hat trick, but he's still on a hat trick anyway. Maybe the perfect hat trick. Header, penalty with his right foot. Who knows? Yeah, coming up. Well, coming close to half time. We're in stoppage time. 1 minute of the 5 minutes of stoppage time being played, and it's Qatar 0, Ecuador 2. That's nice to hear. Oh dear, referee getting a bit fussy here. With, pass there. It's too heavy to touch. And Ecuador in possession again, and on the counter attack. Well, on the attack. Free kick, Ecuador. A lot of talking.
To the boss, showing his players spirit up.
Oh, good news for Ecuador, that is. Possibly been the best player on the park. So, nearly half time as it is, and Ecuador are knocking the ball around with confidence, and Qatar really struggling, but they have a free kick in the end. But it's not going to matter too much. The defender himself, Wamam, is more worried about his shoelace than he is worried about helping Qatar get back into the game. And they've got to stay in the game, as Dion Dublin says, not concede another goal. Another Ecuador goal would be all over. And every time they seem to get the ball in defence and try to play out from it, it's as if they're going to give the ball away. And when they do give the ball away, it's as if they're going to end up conceding another one. Because Ecuador look very dangerous on crosses and set pieces. The girl with a run there. Oh, it's a good cross. Oh, that was nearly the moment for their star striker, and for me, I think he should be scoring. Oh, much better play. Oh, you really should hit that meat on. Got a lot of speed there. Oh my word, he's got to get that on target. Keeper looked like he was in a struggle there. Exactly what DNW is saying, what I'm saying. It's half time. Qatar 0, Ecuador 2. Oh, what can I say?
Yeah.
As I said, I'm not answering any calls from anyone because I'm in live stream mode. So that even goes for my mother. Shout out to my mother, by the way.
That tells you how one-sided it's been. It's been men against boys, really, and they're too quick for them, too good for them.
Absolutely. Or should I say men against girls? Men against little girls.
Way too much, and like Alan said about that, it's the physicality and tempo they cannot handle in transitions when they're so direct, they're so out of shape and spread. Ecuador have just really hit them through the middle, and they can't handle it.
Yeah, that's what the coach talking about. And he was worried about the physicality of his team.
Yeah, and it really shows just that level of tempo. Yes, they've been together since June, but in terms of playing against competitive competition week in and week out, you can see the difference.
Yeah. Ecuador, though, they'll be absolutely delighted with their first half performance.
Yeah, what a great start to a campaign it is for a tournament for them. I think they come up, told you, Enner Valencia's a good guy, didn't I? It's been lively. I think they've been in total control. They've had comfortable possession at the back, they've built it up, and they've been able to pick their times when they wanted to go and cut through the Qatar team at one.
I mean, he could conceivably have a hat-trick. Now, I do know that if it had been given as a goal, everything's different. It doesn't automatically follow suit. But VAR, they found a way.
Well, I've never had a blood and high blood pressure at the end of this month. I mean, I don't think there's any person watching this in the world that thinks this is offside. I mean, ball goes up, the challenge is there, and we're all thinking, okay, it's not a high kick there, he wins the header there, fair header there, in the back of the net.
I mean, technically, you could make an argument that when he heads it, his foot's marginally ahead, it goes up, it bounces, and it fiddles around a little bit. But really, is that what VAR is?
That's a goal.
It's like what you said. Everybody watching the game just went goal straight away.
It punched it onto his head.
Yeah.
I see it. I mean,
The game's gone mad. Sure, saying what I'm saying.
The sad thing is that you have 60,000 in the stadium, and no one had a clue what was going on. Millions around the world, no one had a clue what was going on. And there's just no information being fed back at all. That can't be right.
No, not right at all. But he did get his goal. In fact, he got two in the end.
And it all came, Gary, off once again a transition and Qatar not being able to handle it and being organised it. It's almost like you're getting carried away. You see a pressure here, and you're like, yes, we're on the attack, but one false pass. Look how direct Ecuador is within 3 passes straight down the middle here. It's a great run by Valencia, and you're in for a long goal. But they just can't handle it. I was always told as well, even though playing, always still think defence in attack, because that's when you can be left wide open. You really have to be switched on and organised, and just shows defensively they couldn't handle it with this one. And actually, your mate stepping up and getting the goal, what a great guy.
Didn't need VAR for that one, really. Although they might have given offside for the penalty. It was very cool, wasn't it?
Very cool. It was a good run. It was a good run as well, but from him to win the penalty in the first place. But I think in this kind of situation, he just had the goal disallowed. Stadium opening game for him to step up and just casually roll it. It shows what the character
I mean, each
is.
of Ecuador's last 5 World Cup goals have been scored by Valencia because he got all 3 of his efforts in 2014 as well.
Right, okay. But do you know what?
He knew that because he would have told you in the dressing room.
But you know what, Skipper, leading by example, that little bit of experience that what we was talking about before, playing in the Premier League for so long, you can see it. He's one of those players in that Ecuador team that just settled everyone's nerves before the game, got the message across, and just the way that he performed, I think it was a good, strong first half.
Second goal gives him that cushion. Cracking header, or did it, do you think, just cut off his ear and sneaked in the corner? But
sitting here with 2 strikers, you're moaning about how it wasn't a clean header.
But it doesn't matter how that header hits the net.
First and foremost, the ball was unbelievable. And he's just what's clever about it, we can see from the upper end boys.
It's a great header.
Yeah, he's just used experience. So now he's just popping up in between the
great
centre
header
back, the full back, and now as a centre half, he's checked. He's seen where he is. He hasn't checked again. He stays just on his shoulder, just out of sight, hoping that the ball will drop in between the sticks. It's a great ball, and he's still got a bit to do.
The guy, who is it? Number 14 from Qatar. He's saying him onside. Goal.
With it, but the cross from Procado, I mean, it is unbelievable. It's actually crying out for someone to get on the end of it, and he did that. And there's nothing fluky about that at all.
No, I never said there was.
You said
it was a cracking header. It certainly was a great. He's taken a bit of punishment now, hasn't he? Hopefully he's all right, because it'd be a real shame if he was struggling for the rest.
Yeah, he's they're obviously going about it and thinking, well, he's obviously the danger man, and he's had to take a couple of heavy tackles, and he did limp off there at half time. And I hope he's okay, and he will, because
Same here.
We'll be thinking there are more goals in that second half, because they will get chances.
The other one was a bit of his own doing. It didn't look particularly bad, but then he got a touch. Yeah. I mean, automatically at this stage of the tournament, it's the first half of the first game of the World Cup, and we've got a golden boot contender. I mean, Qatar, as you said, Alan, had one chance in that half, but it was a great chance.
Their only touch in the 18-yard box, and it was the last couple of seconds, wasn't it? It was really good play, the only bit of good play that they've had.
I'm sure Shearer would have buried that.
I mentioned the cross from Ricardo for Ecuador's goal. That is another beauty there. It should be in the back of the net.
Can we agree that wasn't a good header?
He just took his eye off the ball. Simplest thing, he just needed to hit it on target. But
it's almost as like it was a little bit too high. Sometimes you try and take the weight off when it's like that.
Just all he needed to do is he could have put a bit of weight on that header. That's 2-1.
Just get it in between the sticks away from the goalkeeper, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been a tough debut so far for Qatar, but Ecuador looking good. I would encourage you to stick with us for the second half, but if you are on the move, you can always take the World Cup with you.
Interesting.
It'll be your daily dose of
Catch all the World Cup podcasts
and news as we bring you all
heated debates,
some of the biggest names in the game from Qatar.
and enter your toilets live commentary. Take the FIFA World Cup with you. Listen on BBC Sounds.
A new BBC Sport documentary, How to Win the World Cup, is available now on iPlayer. The MOTD Top 10 World Cup podcasts are also on iPlayer of BBC Sounds. We've got highlights of Wales USA tomorrow, BBC One, at 22:11.
Bit of music going on.
Game, though, is England versus Iran.
Don't worry about my dancing.
At midday.
I'll be alive for the second half. Don't you worry about me.
While you are carrying out this test of teamwork, I'll be shooting at you live ammunition.
Suppose Ecuador have been a better team from start to finish, and yeah, you can see they're much stronger than Qatar, much more efficient in the midfield area, and Casado has been head and shoulders above any Qatar midfield player on that world stage today. For me, Ecuador are worthy of their lead. There we go. Another footage look at the England squad. But for me, defensively, that's where they're going to fall in line.
It's been 12 years since Qatar awarded this World Cup. There has been so much talk about the off-pitch issues. Have you been able to just focus on the football?
We've faced those questions for over a year. We understand it. We've tried to educate ourselves in what exactly the situation's here, and we have to now focus on the games.
Your record at major tournaments as a manager is excellent, but your form recently maybe hasn't been quite as you'd have wanted it to be. Does that concern you at all coming into this?
No, because when we talk about form, it's not like we were playing a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It's months ago, and the narrative that built was around the summer where we were looking at so many different players. We now have that great moment where the experience of the tournaments in the past, the excitement of the players, it's forward-looking, and we're viewing that as a great challenge, not at all.
In terms of your availability, the opening game, how are the squad looking?
Pretty good. Kyle Walker, it's a bit early for. James Madison, I don't think will make the first game. We've not been able to get him on the training pitch yet.
How confident are you can do what you've done at previous major tournaments and potentially even go one better?
The aim is to go that one step further. Amongst ourselves as a group, we've talked about those big picture aims, but you really have to get the start point right. You've got to play well against Iran and start in a positive way. Start to take the country on another journey with us, and that's our focus now.
Best of luck, Karen.
Thank you very much.
Wales have also been carrying out their final media duties this afternoon. I'm delighted to say that Wales manager Rob Page joins us live from the team hotel. Hello, Rob. The wait is nearly over. 64 long years.
Another 63 games to go and a half between Qatar and Ecuador. But first, Rob Page.
Of course, it was great to go back to my hometown and do this one announcement. I thought that was a lovely touch. It means so much to us as a country, to qualify for a World Cup. And,
I'm going to get something to eat.
This morning,
just bear with me.
Packing up is incredible. The commitment they've shown, I stand by it. We would not be sat here today preparing for our first game of the World Cup. They were incredible. It was really important for us to have just with ties to get us across the line.
Certainly were. USA, of course, tomorrow. Everyone's fit and ready, other than Joe Allen. How big a loss is that for him?
Yeah, Joe's been key to our success, Gary. I'm not going to lie. He's a big part of that squad. He's an experienced player. He's been there in previous competitions, big tournaments for us, and done really, really well. So, of course, he's going to be a big miss for us, but gives others an opportunity to step up, take the jersey, and show what they can do also.
Can you share who that might be?
No.
What a go. The team hasn't shied away from some of the issues surrounding Qatar. Is that something you felt that was important to address?
Yeah, it's been difficult, hasn't it? We've been, like Al just said there.
So shout out to the nations that I haven't shouted at yet. Have I shouted at Ukraine? No, I haven't. Shout out to the Ukrainians. Shout out to the Estonians who are watching. Shout out to the Burundians who's watching. Shout out to Mali. Now shout out Dubai. I'm allowed to shout out United Arab Emirates who are watching the World Cup. I'm allowed to shout out Somalia. Shout out to the Somalians out there. Let's shout out all the nations around the world. Let's shout out to Kuwait. Shout out to Haiti. Let's shout out Bangladesh. Let's shout out Sri Lanka. Shout out to Wales who are going to be participating in their first game against the United States of America. Shout out to the Welsh. And shout out to my subscribers who are watching the World Cup. Shout out to Marteta and his missus who are watching the World Cup. That's Arsenal, but football fans.
Yeah, no, I think that, to be honest, Wales, we're humble enough to just appreciate being here. I think we're now here, we've been to the last few tournaments, we've got a bit of experience on us. We want ourselves just to that man on page. He's humble, he's got a great relationship with the boys, and he embodies everything about the team.
Ecuador and Qatar are on the field, as you can see for yourself. Quick bit before we hand to the commentators, Gareth Southgate said England players will take the knee before tomorrow's game against Iran. We think it's a strong statement that will go around the world, especially for young people, that inclusivity is important. Let's come back to Steve Brown.
Fair play to England and their players who wanted to take the knee before the game against Iran. The nation must have been holding their breath at the interval, knowing that Enner Valencia was, in the changing room. Management asking him how he felt. Well, for the nation, they're delighted to see that he's on the pitch.
18 different nations to host the tournament will be Ecuador in all yellow 2,000 in this second half. Two goals to the good. Wow. That might have been the top message at that time deal. It's a tough one to call because you don't want to
Shout out to the Philippine who are watching. Shout out to Malaysia who are watching, yeah? Shout out to the Greece. And shout out to Peru. Or maybe shout out to Turkey. Always give a shout out to all nations around the world who are watching. Ecuador on the on the attack, looking to get in behind that Valencia defence like they did in the business end of the first half, where Ali, their number 9, should have buried that opportunity. Can you go wide? Nah, not quite. Well, Ibarra. I think that Italy are not in this tournament, and personally, I believe they will beat both of these teams. Well, Qatar with ease more than Ecuador. Good tackle. Oh, well, that was a good tackle there. That's it. Ooh, nuts. Valencia. Wow, big upset there. The might of Japan in that tournament losing to Qatar. Big upset. Here's a question for you guys who are watching. During the knockout stages, yeah, how many games will we play that extra time, and how many games will go to penalties? Leave it in the chat. I'll predict between 2 to 4 games will go to extra time. That's my prediction. Ooh. Given away again. I think the second place will be contested by Ecuador and Senegal in this group. Holland will just about get away with first place. Oh, good play by Estrada there. Until the final ball. Again, all given away. All cleared as far as the Ecuadorian. Oh, Jesus Christ. Caicedo puts in a good crossing from the first half, and that one, oh Lord. In training, that will be 50 press ups. That's training procedures there. I'll tell you what, Dean Dublin would have been proud of that header because he was a man and a striker known for his heading ability. That's it. Look at how easy that is to play from, to put the ball from the defence to midfield. It's not too easy. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a problem. That was a problem. I did say if Ecuador are to get the next goal in this game, me personally, I feel Ecuador will definitely go away with the 3 points and the cross. That's that. There you go. Qatar in possession in the defensive area. Oh dear, just basics. They're not doing well. Putting themselves under pressure. And a foul by the Ecuadorian left back on the Qatar player. Foul on Pedro, that was. Estepina. Oh no, not good enough. Oh, good save, keeper. He just couldn't wait, Ibarra, to get it on his right foot. Going well there. Far too easy for my liking. Decision making poor. Proper players, they go down the line in that situation on their left foot and produce a quality shot. Tell you what, oh, that's a nasty one there. That's a nasty one there. I was just about to say that Qatar, they're not making it easy for themselves defensively. They're doing themselves no favours whatsoever, and that is just nasty from number 20. Oh, that's reckless. That's a reckless challenge and yellow card. Tell you what, in the Premier League, I think that's a red card. I personally think that's a red card. Do you agree with me or not? Leave it in the challenge. I mean, leave it in the comment section, the challenge. Yeah, the challenge was bad and reckless. Jackson Mendes goes by the name of. Again, that's another rush long ball. To be fair, Pedro's done well to an extent. There you go. First opening 10 minutes, Ecuador are comfortable as it stands, and Qatar, they don't look like they're sharing enough fire in their bellies to want to get back into the game. I mean, they're leaving themselves open to concede 1 or 2 more goals, and from their part, that's damaging on their confidence, especially the next game, whoever they play. All day long, it is proper game management. Ooh, yeah, took one in the shin there. Ouch, they hurt. I've been kicked in the shin before, and I'll tell you what, never nice. Good afternoon, late good afternoon, viewer. It's a game that's controlled by Ecuador, and they look like they're going to score the next goal, if the truth be told. They're in ball possession now, playing some handsome football. And as for Qatar, you just can't see where they're going to get enough opportunity from. In fact, you don't know if they're going to create an opportunity because they've been so stale, so laboured. And whenever they have to ball Qatar, you know, they lose it far too easily because they don't keep it for too long. It's still 2-0 Ecuador, and yeah, they're comfortable. Tell you what, that's a good bit of football there. Good pass there from defence to midfield. That's what they should do, because there is chances to get at the Qatar defence, but I don't think they really believe. Well, actually, as you said, Dion Dublin, their understanding of the game is better. The Ecuadorian players' understanding of each other's games a lot better. You know, and it's the reason they're getting the joy out of Qatar. Angelo Precedo. Looks like Ecuador momentarily down to 10 men. Qatar will continue. They might have to take a little bit. They might have to take a little risk or two, but it's worth it in the long run. Oh, good header there. That's a good firm header. Hell of a lot of commitment there by Pedro. Obviously, he didn't get that on target, but if that was an attempt on goal, then that's a bloody good attempt. Got the better of Estupiñán. Valencia, he's not the tallest, but he does nip in front of defenders as best he can, and he wins the ball. I mean, for both teams, the intensity is not quite there when they both don't have the ball, but obviously Valencia have been better with the ball than Qatar. You can clearly see it. It'll be interesting to see Valencia get the ball again. Oh, play on, referee. Common sense. Common sense. The team without the ball, they're in fine possession with the ball. It's offside for Qatar, but Ecuador have the ball. To spot the flow of the game there. If he had but yeah, it should be dealt with for the keeper. Oh, it's given away. Should have gone in the midfield there. It's becoming too easy. They've made it too easy for Ecuador. Oh. Despite, well, Qatar will enjoy themselves throughout the World Cup. Still going. Still bubbling. Big up to the Qatar fans. No matter the result, win, lose or draw. Big up to Qatar fans. Oh, throw into Qatar. I'm sure the Qataris, I'm sure there'll be Qataris around Edgware Road watching this with great interest. And that's not discriminating. That's a known fact. There's a lot of Middle Eastern in the Edgware Road area. There you go. Both teams are standing off each other when they have the ball. Don't see a lot more intensity as such. But again, if you're talking about the best team on the ball, it's definitely Ecuador. Not a bad cross. Couldn't quite keep it in. Valencia. There comes the Brighton winger. Some Minto. Sayamento. Another player that was scouted by the Brighton boss, ex-Brighton boss, Graham Potter. Oh, I don't know. He looks like he was stumbling. He's on all right.
They were some fresh highlights in there, I've got to say. It's very sharp, I think, on the pitch. I'm just jealous.
Yeah, and Dublin. Speaking of his jealousy of Sacramento, he was not bad as a striker though. Good link-up striker. And can also play defence as well. Oh, it's done well to keep that in. No foul. And Ecuador get it again. Qatar has been giving the ball away too easily in this game. Far too easily. And Enner Valencia should have had a hat-trick. Selling Valencia with a short pass that went just behind him. Here we go. And off they go again, Ecuador on the attack. Here comes two substitutions. $20 to go. You can almost see, you could see Ecuador getting another goal if they up the level a gear or two. With Qatar, you just don't know if they're going to create another opportunity in this game.
Thomas trying to make something of it as well.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Is the first to make way. His 169th cap is over. He's up that.
Dodgy goalkeeper.
Salad. Become Qatar's record goal scorer tonight. Chance right to it.
Montari.
To come on for his 54th cap. Mercedes long throw. First opinion. Sunny Bento.
Oh dear, oh dear. Qatar have not been good at defending set pieces being thrown in by Ecuador. Ecuador has caused them problems. This is a dangerous situation here. Qatar, they seem to have got the right shape lined up. I wonder if this is a case of them learning from the first half. Got to float this in. And it's well dealt with. There you go. That's Ecuador, surely. sure they'll come again in Ecuador. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, make sure you do all of that for me. Yeah, it's gone a bit quiet here from my side, and I do apologise. So far, since I've last spoken the word, Qatar made 2 substitutions. They've taken off their main goal scorer for another striker, and they've taken off another player. I think is a winger. Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh no! You can't just quite keep it in for Ecuador, Estrada, and another Brighton player who is a winger. He's come on for Ibarra. So that's the other change I can talk about. And Qatar nearly lost it there. But the player has done well to keep it in, or to keep hold of the ball for his country. Oh, should have played the 1-2. That was on there. That looked like it was on. So frustrating. Not too bad of a cross. Can he cut it back? Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, I don't mind seeing them from long range, as long as they can hit the target. Well, I'll tell you what, that's the other opportunity they've had on goal. And I was thinking, when is the next opportunity coming? All they need to do is just continue to play the game better, and opportunities will come. And Enner Valencia's down on his backside again, and I think he's coming off. He's not getting himself a World Cup hat trick, no chance. And whether he'll be fit for the next game or two is to be concluded. Yeah, he's coming off. Yeah. Oh, he's not walking. He's not walking as well as he was in the build up to the game, maybe, or during the game. But what a header again in the first half. Well executed. And a great cross by Preciado. Great first time cross in a dangerous area, and he was there to produce a well executed header. And there we go. Little ball given away there by the number 7 there. Oh, I thought that was a good tackle there. Very controversial, that tackle. That free kick they've got there. Very controversial. Oh, another heavy foul. Go away, the referee says. Afif, he knows he's getting the booking. Dear, oh dear. I have no idea what he's thinking there. He's gone in, he's late, caught the player. Oh, tell you what, if that had been above his ankle, that would have been a lot more painful. Not the best of set pieces. Can they get a counter attack? Oh, no. Ecuador have it under control here. Thought there was a possibility of a counter-attack. With about 12 minutes to go, and looks like Ecuador on their way to the first 3 points of the group. And that's Group A, that contains Senegal and Holland. Look at that, too easy. Too easy. Should be. Oh my Lord! How has he not hit the target from there? Even though he was offside, but for me, that ball should be on target. Yeah, he was just offside the winger, but not the wing back there. Pulls it across, and then you're expecting the net to bulge. Decent player, but not a decent shot. Well, it was decent enough, but yeah, it shouldn't be going over the bar from there. That's a decent opportunity. Lack of quality, lack of improvisation. Just a lack of desire. Yeah, he's onside there. Opportunity to create something from here. Oh, look at this. Oh, no. Oh. Ooh. Good build up there, and then the final ball. Yeah, just a little bit too much weight on that pass. Just a little bit too much weight. Otherwise, Plata would have an opportunity. The goalkeeper, yeah, he's always going to get that. Plata knew he was second best. Obviously, he was entitled to go for it, but he knew he was always going to be second best, Plata. Oh, in a situation where the defender nearly loses the ball. And a slice goal kick by the keeper. Not the right pass, but he still got the ball. Oh. Well, Ecuador have got them right where they want them, on the ropes, and Qatar have struggled all game to get out of the ropes. And I mean, get out of those ropes. How much contact was there? Didn't look like a lot. It looked like he made a meal of that.
For the first time, Mr. Qatar.
Oh, that was woeful. That was just no preciseness, no accuracy.
Yeah, look at that, maintenance, making sure that thing's okay. Get us swallowed down as soon as possible.
And him ready for the next game, either Holland or Senegal. Another long pass, and that's been the story of Qatar throughout this game. Not giving themselves an opportunity or two. Not giving themselves an opportunity whatsoever. Oh, linesman there, good obstruction. And foul.
Playing their first ever World Cup match. None of the last 13 World Cup debutants have been able to win their opening game. Back to 2002 for a shock result. Senegal.
Oh, it was 2002. My bad. France were in the 2006 World Cup final. Yeah, I'll get it now. Yeah, the famous final where Zidane headbutted Materazzi. Who could have forgotten that moment? There we go. Oh, Qatar still have a ball. Do they have another opportunity left in this game? I really doubt it. You know, like waiting for next Christmas. Oh, too easily he's lost the ball. Dispossessed far too easily. Oh, the ball again is so poor. And I'll tell you what, he could have got that earlier. He could have had 3, if not 4. Oh, no. Oh! Unlucky Montari. Oh! You know what? He had to take that first time. There's no need to control that and hold the ball up and wait for teammates to arrive. Oh! Tell you what. Oh! I wish that did go in. That would have been a World Cup opener talking point there. Oh! Tell you what. Nearly a Jamie Vardy-esque goal. Oh. That would have been a moment for the Qataris to celebrate. Good crossfield pass here. Two defenders of Ecuador going for the ball. And the keeper safe as houses. I mean, the best chance came in the first half with their main striker, who, well, he must have closed his eyes a few seconds too long. Otherwise, he would have made history for himself, for his nation, with a goal at the World Cup. Oh. Is that a corner for Ecuador? And they have been a threat from set pieces, I can tell you. And Valencia especially, causing them all sorts of problems.
Platter's delivery. Near post. 15 minutes to be the first round. Stage of the game now. John seems the team sets it. It's the mind.
Right, he's lost it there. Held onto the ball far too long. And there you go. He held onto the ball far too long, throwing.
Double change. Yeah, Kevin Rodriguez.
Excuse me for yawning. We're coming right up to the last. Well, we're in the last minute of the game here, and Estrada's going to come off. Estepinian's got the captain's armband of Ecuador. Mercedes Caicedo, is he coming off? Yes, he is. He's coming off with Estrada. So one of the Brighton players are coming off. Wasabi, well, I suppose he won't be too worried. He isn't injured. I wonder what happened to Franco there. This guy from Ecuador, obviously, he's got a plaster on his neck. And he's just made his first contribution of the game by clearing it. Hey, viewer. Hope you're good. Hope you've liked, comment. Hope you're going to comment. Hope you've shared, subscribed, and put the thumbs up like for me. I want to hear your comment and your thoughts of this game. So I know Ecuador have controlled this game in certain big parts. What's your view? Looks like Ecuador could get the next goal in this game for me. And there we go. Ecuador, Qatar tried to play there and then they paid the price. So Yamento, he's got to be more clinical with his assist and forward passing. And I think Ecuador will try and keep the ball here. They know stoppage time is 5 minutes. Their fans are playing the Olay tunes there. There you go. Bit of a dodgy pass there, but excused.
This is the stadium out of the centre of Doha.
Look at this. Right, right. First Valencia, now Brighton. What's wrong with me? Ecuador just keeping the ball to their liking, and then they go and concede a throw into Qatar, which is not going to matter one bit for them. They've got the lead, clean sheet as well, and the attacking player just committed a silly foul. No need for it. I think Valencia is the big difference in this game. Sums up Qatar all game, just giving the ball away, offering very little. There's no end product, which means lack of quality, lack of improvisation. And deep down, they know that Qatar are not good enough to even get out of this group. and they're going to possibly become the first nation not to get out of this group. I wish I was wrong. They could still prove me wrong, but against Senegal and Holland, very, very unlikely. And I mean very, very unlikely. Here you go. Should play the 1-2 in. Ooh, ouch. Oh, damn. Well, moments like that, you'll take them in the face for your country, especially if it's a winning situation. But well, it's one of those situations where you don't want to be involved in conceding another goal, and you've not done enough to stop that. Oh, I tell you what, that's a chance there. That is a chance for Rodriguez. Ah. That's a good shot. Oh, first corner of the game for Qatar, I believe. Yeah, there'll be time. Come on, referee, let them have this corner at least. Come on, let them have their moment. This could be their moment. Bad corner, that's a good corner. There you go. And it's full time at whatever the name of the stadium is. It finished Qatar 0, Ecuador 2. And you have to say, Ecuador were valued for the 3 points. The victory was theirs. Ena Valencia on cue. And there's no complaints about it. So, guys, that's the first game done. Hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Let me know what you think of the game in your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section below. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will sort out the banner that is still strolling along. Other than that, first game of the World Cup, yeah, controlled performance by Ecuador. In control, professional job done. And the group tells you what it looks like. Ecuador top of it. Netherlands and Senegal will go at it tomorrow. So let's see how that pans out. Otherwise, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And saving the best to last, thank you so much for putting up with me. And yes, peace, love, and bless again from me in Southeast London, England, and to you guys all over the world watching the World Cup. As DLG repping, I look forward to talking to you again. Last but not least, make sure you always be nice. Please just be nice.